Hey, what's happening, folks? This is Casey Jewett here.
Hello, I'm Brandon Watson.
I've been in the brewing industry for about 6 years now. I've worked for Megaton, Ingenious Brewing Company.
I've been in the craft industry for the last 3 years. I started at Backpew and I've been with Megaton as the sales manager for the last year and a half.
I've been a sales rep for Deca Beer Co. for about a year now, and I also run their social media accounts.
I'm the creator of a local Houston-made drinking card game called F Your Liver. Welcome to the Beer Someone podcast. We are here at Turkey Forrest Big Owl doing the Beer Someone podcast number 4. I got Casey. Casey, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah,
How are you?
Is this what we do now? I just go, hey, Casey. Okay.
And I'm like, yes, what's up?
Okay. Yeah. And then we got the man himself, Louie.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good.
I knew from the minute that we were doing this Beer Someone podcast that I wanted to do an interview with you. I just think you're one of the most entertaining people within the craft beer scene. I always have fun at
I can
Big
vouch
Owl.
for that. He talked about it early on. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I appreciate that.
No,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
I had so much fun every year at Moon Tower Brew with
Yeah.
you. Even this year, it was so much fun.
Yeah,
It was a lot of
we
fun.
always have a blast there.
You do. You brought the most people.
Yeah, we always bring an entourage with us. We do.
How many people did you have with you this year?
Oh man, five or six extra people besides
Not
Oscar and I.
It was definitely not necessary. Right?
Oh no, not necessary. They
Everybody
just
just
like to come
had
hang
one
out.
good
Y'all
time.
have music on too. And
Yeah.
We're jamming and hanging out.
Yeah.
Y'all are right at the front of Ennis Street too, right? Ennis and Canal. So
Yeah, we were the first tent right there this year, and
I was talking to your bartender. He was upset he didn't get to go. He said y'all left him here.
oh man, yeah. We tried to invite him, but he didn't respond back to the emails.
Yeah. I really appreciate you bringing us out here today. I'm drinking. This is a hazy IPA.
Yeah, so that's Jungle Juice. That's our hazy IPA. It has prickly pear puree in it as well, and it's about 6.5% ABV.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I had that that was the first beer I had at Brouhaha, and that fucking beer is good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I'm really enjoying it.
Appreciate that.
It's got a viscosity to it that a 6.5% hazy typically does not have.
Yeah. That's probably coming from a ton of oats that we use.
Good,
We use
yeah.
like more than what you're supposed to use.
Yeah, yeah, dude. No, it's really good. And at that day, I don't know if it was super fresh keg that day, but it was so hazy in the light and the sunlight.
yeah.
And it is right now too. I mean, it's very hazy.
Yeah. Natural lighting makes our hazies look way better than these.
Yeah.
Whatever
What are you
lights they
drinking
are.
on, Louie?
Yeah.
So I'm drinking our West Coast IPA, which is called Middle Child.
I heard him. The customer that's to the right. You can't see right now. Asked for a
Yeah.
middle child earlier. I was like, I don't want any more kids.
Yeah.
First, middle, last.
Same. I'm with you. I don't want any more kids. That just means starting all over.
Why middle child? Why is that the name?
So, my co-owner and co-brewer Oscar, him and his wife are middle children.
Okay.
So they named it Middle Child.
It's a good beer name.
And they really love West Coast IPAs, as do I. But yeah, they named it. They pretty much named it Middle Child.
I'm assuming that's what this is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you're drinking as well.
Sweet.
How you liking that?
It's delicious. 7.1.
appreciate
I've
that.
had it before. Whenever I was doing the music bingo here, I've had it a couple times.
Oh, you did music bingo up here?
I have. Yeah, I've done it a couple times. Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah.
We tried it. It didn't really work out, but
Yeah, it was. I think the first couple it was good. Yeah, and then it kind of fizzled out
Yeah.
after that. But
Well, now that people are hearing about it on the podcast.
yeah, I mean, it was definitely in my Rolodex of questions.
Yeah, we do a few little events here. Millennial Loteria, that does really well for us. We get a lot of players for that. It just seems like trivia is a hard thing to get people involved in over here.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people love trivia, but I don't know. It's
I think,
just hard.
I will say, I think if it's promoted, because we didn't do this, if we promoted it as a you can cheat, if you let people know that they
Yeah.
can cheat, that really is a game changer. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know these songs, I don't know these people, I don't know that stuff.
You just
Yeah.
have ShamWow ready to go or
You
something?
literally can have ShamWow.
Is that what it's called?
Shazam.
Shazam. I don't have Shazam.
We're
I
not
forgot
cleaning
what-
windows.
Yeah, we're not making cars. Like, we should-
No, just Shazam or SoundHound, or I always say use Shazam, SoundHound, or your neighbor, but don't always rely on your neighbor because they don't always know what the fuck you're talking
yeah,
about.
true.
Act right now, and you'll get an extra smaller ShamWow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect for cleaning up your beer spills.
guy. I
Yes.
think that guy I think he OD'd and died.
Maybe.
I don't
He was
know.
big into some meth, I think. Yeah.
I think they made fun of him
That-
on South Park.
That was the dude after the Billy Mays guy, right, with the beard that was real famous. He was like a
He was like,
a
"Ooh."
blonde guy, right? He was like a blonde
Yeah,
guy.
but he was clean cut though.
Yeah, clean cut, no beard.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Yeah,
I remember
and
him.
he was all like, "Yeah, I gotta see how this acts." Like he would get all crazy
I feel
with
that's like I feel like that's me, but for beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and without the mess too.
Without
Yeah.
the meth.
Without the meth,
As
too.
far as you know. I know. Just like 3 cups of coffee a day. That's all it is.
All it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I knew this was going to be fun. I knew this one was going to be fun.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I had a question lined up. I had something that we were talking about beer for a second. I did want to know about the names because I do love y'all. Y'all come up with some creative names and you explain.
Yeah.
Middle Child.
I don't know. We try to use, we are, Houston's first 100% Latino-owned brewery. Not to say that other breweries didn't have Latino owners, just all of us that own Turkey Forrest are Latino. Damn, where was I going?
Names for beer.
Oh, so we like to use a lot of, Spanish names or, from our culture, we name a lot of them like that. Or
What was your murky called again? Your murky Myers?
El Cucuy Myers.
Cucuy Myers?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's the boogeyman in Spanish, basically. Cucuy is boogeyman in Spanish.
Okay.
So we use, some of our names
What was the name
or
of this beer
ingredients. So that one's Jungle Juice.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we name them after Simpsons. We had another hazy on about a month ago that was named after Married with Children called Moon Men Have My Socks.
Okay.
It was from an episode.
Are you the one that comes up with the names? Or
Majority of the time, I do come up with the names, but I do ask for help sometimes when I do get stuck, or if we can't come up with a name, we usually ask our wives, like, "Hey, we need a name."
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's important, especially if it's something that catches on and you got to make it.
Yeah.
That's got to be something. That leads me to another good question is I've had the Middle Child before, but y'all do rotate your styles quite a bit. So is there anything that you keep on that's like a flagship that you always have?
Yeah. So we have about 4, maybe 5 flagships, Middle Child being one of them.
Okay.
We have Lightning Strike, which is a cream ale that's always on tap. We have Turkey's Lager, which is our West Coast lager. That's always try to keep it always on tap, and Northside Red, which is our Jamaica/hibiscus sour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you have half the taps are yours, half the taps are other breweries. And
Yeah, other local breweries or regional breweries that distro to Houston.
I know
or
I've been
Texas.
on tap here before. You were on tap here on Monday. Are you still on tap?
Still on tap.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we
you need a
that's
tap
good.
handle, though. I need to get you a tap handle.
I think I have one. I just don't think we put it on.
Yeah,
Don't
no, I
ask
got
me
you.
why.
It just gives me an excuse to roll by. So,
yeah, there you go.
So, has it always been mixed taps? Has it always been?
Yeah,
half?
yeah. So the concept of Turkey Forrest Brewing and Big Owl Craft Brew House was born one day by Al Gonzalez, the owner of Big Owl Craft Brew House. He went to high school with Oscar, the owner of Turkey Forrest, and my wife, and they've known each other for 30 years. I've known him for about 11 years.
Okay.
I've known him about. But Oscar and I were homebrewing in our garage, and in my garage, and I guess Al had the idea to open a tap room, and he believed in our beers. He liked them, and he's like, "Hey man, y'all want to brew in house?"
Yeah.
We're like, "Yeah, we want to put our foot in the door to get a a
Right.
brewery going. This is
That's
a
awesome.
shortcut of us getting to open a brewery." So
I talked to Oscar a little bit on Monday about some of these things.
yeah, good, good. I hope I'm. It sucks that he's not here. He has
He
to
said
come.
he might swing by.
Yeah, he has to work tonight, so I doubt he'll come in this early.
Early, yeah.
But Al believed in our beers. He thought they were pretty decent, and
They are. They're more than decent.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
No, they're
that.
really
So we said we wanted to open a brewery with you, Al, and we weren't trying to like go all crazy because we're new to this, so we decided to go with a 1-barrel brew house.
Right on.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Turkey Forrest Brewing came about because Oscar and I were home brewing in my garage, and at the time you had other home brewers having names for themselves like Thirsty Hermit, Misfit, which now is a brewery. You had Feathered Serpent, which did mead. He was a home eatery. And so, me and Oscar were talking. We're like, oh, we need to name ourselves too. We wanted to follow the homebrew
And
trend.
where did your name Turkey Forrest come from?
Yeah, so that's the thing is like we couldn't figure out a name, and then one day I was like, you know what? How does this sound, Oscar? Turkey Forrest Brewing. He's like, I love it. So Turkey is the name of my cat. Forrest is the name of his dog.
Just one R though, right?
No, double R.
Oh, double R.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
about to bring that up.
Double
Yeah.
R for Forrest because it's a name, not a place.
Yeah.
And it is named after Forrest Gump.
Okay.
So
That's
run,
very
Forrest, run.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why
awesome.
Oscar and them named Forrest. His son named Forrest.
Okay.
And then Turkey was named Turkey.
Forrest, go.
Yeah. No, Turkey was named Turkey because she was born in my patio and I lived in some apartments. And she was a run of the litter. And like 2 weeks in, she started like not eating and looked like she was about to die. I kind of force fed her and then she went limp. So I rushed her to the emergency room and it was Thanksgiving Day. And I spent my Thanksgiving Day there and spent like
studying turkey.
over $1,000 on a cat that was not mine at the time. So I decided to keep it now and named her Turkey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a cool story.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
That's
so she
cool.
was kind of rescued on Thanksgiving, so that's why she's Turkey.
That's awesome. Turkey Forest. I had no. That's a cool story.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
story.
I like that. And so one of the things we were talking about earlier was you have Big Owl, which is like your craft beer bar.
Yes.
And then you have Turkey Forest, which is your brewing company.
Yes.
And just because I just don't know all the ins and outs when it comes to business and all those kinds of things, as to what is the reason for having two of those in the same building?
It was just to help each other, really help both companies try to grow, and help each other get into our foot in the door in the industry because none of us are from this industry. This is our first venture into this industry. We're 3 years in now, so
Yeah.
I think we're doing okay. Trying to do okay. Trying to keep it going.
And then just because of the licensing and things like that, like if you're a brewery, you can't do certain things that that Big Owls has licensing for. Is that how
Well,
that works?
yeah, somewhat, not really, because we're like all under one TABC,
One license?
TTB. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we all can't do the same thing. So like we can't
Okay.
distro our beer right now.
Yeah.
Unless we sign with a distributor, and we're
Okay.
too small to sign with a distributor because we're only on a one barrel.
You have to have a certain amount per.
Yeah,
pumped out
they
per
want
year.
you to pump out so much for them and in house, and
Yeah.
that would be like us brewing like maybe every day.
Well, it's a great vibe. They can come here and drink this delicious beer and then try a lot of other local breweries.
Yeah, we like to showcase a lot of local breweries. Try to showcase a lot of the further out breweries, Project Halo, Baba Brew House, Megaton, Deca. A couple breweries that are way out there. People have a hard time getting out to.
Yeah, and y'all always have it different and changed. Every time I've been here, it's always good stuff, always different, unique things.
Yeah, we try to keep everything fresh and rotating. The few beers do make their ways back on tap, repeatedly, but we like to try to keep it fresh.
And then, just because you do have people sometimes like say they just don't know what this place is all about, and they come and check it out, and they prefer to drink Dos Equis or Corona or Indio. You have that available as well.
Yes,
So it's not just strictly craft beer.
Yeah, we try to keep it strictly craft beer
And THC products.
and
as well.
THC products.
And THC, yeah.
But we do cater to, we try. So we're in the north side of Houston, predominantly Latino area. We don't support Anheuser-Busch and all that, but we try to support at least the commercial brand.
Yeah.
Conglomerate.
The way I kind of explain it
Can't
to
even
people
talk.
too, because I've seen other places do the similar kind of thing. And say somebody comes as a friend with their buddy who's like, oh, I go hang out at Big Owl.
Yeah.
And they've never been to Big Owl, and they're like, well, I don't really do all that stuff you do. I drink Corona or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, cool, they got
So,
you.
We got them. We have it in the fridge, and then we try to keep Modelo on tap as well.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. Okay.
We
yeah.
do keep Modelo on tap. It does really well for us,
And
more than
y'all-
the other ones.
Y'all also carry Space City Snacks Michelada mix. Right?
Yes, we
And
carry
that's
Space City Snacks Michelada mix, and it
That's-
does really, really well.
some of the
Really good
best, dude.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really don't like Micheladas, and his stuff is like really the best.
Yeah, Adrian is the owner of Space City Snacks. I don't know his last name.
I
Man.
met him a couple times.
You guys need to
Super
get him on
nice
here,
guy,
though.
but yeah, no, his Michelada mix is legit.
Yeah, he collaborates with a lot of local craft breweries, which
Yes.
is awesome. Which you don't see a lot of Michelada companies doing, like local ones that are up and coming. They really don't get out there to the breweries.
Right.
Probably they don't know about breweries, but he does, and
Yeah,
that's
he definitely
awesome.
does. Yeah. Yeah.
I would call this place, and I've noticed it when I've come up here, I would say it's a reps bar, because a lot of reps hang out here from a lot of the other breweries.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon that I'll find Leo from Galveston Island.
Yeah.
Leo's usually here.
I've caught Leo Longoria here once. I
Here
caught
in
him
the
here.
Cove.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He loves
Cove
the
is
Cove.
home, so yeah.
I said, Leo, I want to do a podcast with you. He's like, can we do it at the Cove?
Later,
I
Steve.
said,
Thursday
no, I
night.
want to do it at Galveston Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cove Thursday night.
Nah, Leo, do it at the Cove.
I
wanna come hang out
one
too.
at the Cove,
Yeah.
but maybe with Sean. I don't
Yeah,
know.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. They then also, going into the THC products, you have, and we were just talking about this, you're the only, that you know of, you're the only location in town that has the Louie from Louisiana, which is a THC seltzer.
Yeah. Louie is from Louisiana.
What made you want to buy that particular product?
Man, their product is delicious.
Oh,
It's-
was it because it's your name
Oh,
twice?
I mean, obviously it's because my name twice, And it's
you
a great product. I mean, the flavors,
I don't think I've
amazing.
tried it yet. I got you.
There you go. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done this before.
we go.
Don't you feel weird after you're like, oh, I instantly regret
Can't look
grabbing
at
this?
that and try to figure it out.
Yeah. No.
That's it. The Louie.
But we also carry like Spindle Taps, THC products, and
The
Eighth
Mai
Wonders.
Tai?
Yeah, the My High Tai.
My high tie.
And then we also carry Eighth Wonders THC products on tap as well.
Yeah, I haven't really. You have the. It's like a veteran THC
Yeah,
product.
yeah, I believe that's from Eighth Wonder as well. It's called the Patriot.
The Patriot, yeah.
And it's
What am I
American
trying?
flavored, which is
Oh,
lemon
and
lime
I've
if
had
you
the
didn't
My
know.
High I've had a lot of My
love
High
lemon
Ties
lime.
up here.
Dude, that's I talked to Matt Black about that, about the Patriot beer, and it really was just kind of a marketing thing because there's a certain subsect of I don't want to get too political or anything like that, but when it comes to THC and marijuana products, there's a certain part of the government that I guess doesn't take as kindly to it as another side.
So
Yeah,
why push
but
it into
why-
veterans' hands? Because it's kind of the same people.
It's trying to open up that door, and
I'm a veteran, and I love
Yeah.
it.
They put like a colonial freaking.
I think it's more people in Congress and stuff who are restricting it more so than the
Did
people.
y'all see social media
Yeah,
in the news?
yeah,
yesterday?
absolutely.
So
So it's
what was
Oh,
that?
say?
yeah, we're talking about the Senate. The Senate
Oh
bill.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
sad.
trying to do away with all THC products in the state of
Yeah.
Texas. But
It's not happening yet.
I've got
Yeah.
some.
No,
I got
it
some
has to go to the House and hopefully it doesn't pass.
Yeah, I got
So-
some good information from Matt over at Eighth Wonder, and he was telling me a lot yesterday about how that they're not concerned about it hitting the House and going through. They're prepared for this other bill that's going to be more about regulation.
I'd rather have more regulation than a ban.
So they may end up doing away with the flour, the pens, and the concentrates,
Yeah.
but the gummies, THC seltzers should stay.
Yeah, so with medical marijuana in Texas, because I used to have a medical card here in Texas as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
They don't allow flour for medical. They only do edibles and tinctures for medical marijuana in Texas, which sucks, man. In my opinion, man, because I liked the flour better. I don't like edibles because it's hit or miss sometimes.
It's a completely different high.
Yeah.
It's a different buzz altogether. The way it's processed through your body is different.
Yeah,
Everything.
Yeah, and it sucks. They need to get the flour into the medical side of cannabis
Yeah.
for Texas as well.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Harder for them to regulate though.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree though. It's interesting times as far as all that goes. But as of right now, you do have those seltzers here, and do you have the My High Tai on tap
Yeah.
too? Is that what you were just?
You're all
trying?
THC'd out. Yeah, that's here it is.
Oh, there
I had
it is.
it. I tried it at Heights Beer Garden. It is delicious.
I tried it.
Yeah,
at
it's
Spindle
really
Tap.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's Spindle Tap, but yeah, I was
I
there
love
and
it.
they were talking about it.
Yeah, I love it because it's not just like a seltzer because
Yeah.
everybody does seltzers. It's cheaper, it's easier. I like teas and juices and stuff
I like the
that.
sodas that
Yeah.
Eighth
And the
Wonder is
sodas.
putting out. They have this one that's called Drippy, and you can only try it at the brewery.
Eighth Wonder?
At Eighth Wonder.
I need to get over there, man.
It's
I
it's
don't
a
even know.
10%, and they have 3 different flavors. They have grape, they have strawberry, and they have citrus. But I guess they make it for some company in California, and they ship it out to California, and they put one on tap, and they can't sell it here.
Oh, okay.
They can't sell it outside the brewery. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I would recommend that. I've had a lot of fun. When I went to their guild meeting, I had like 4 of them and had the
Oh,
best
yeah.
time.
That's awesome.
You make your way out to any of the guild meetings, Louie?
I've been to a few, but unfortunately, we're not part of the guild.
Okay.
We are part of Brewers Association, which is more global, whereas the guild is more national. But we are planning on joining the guild soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's good to be part of both, really.
Yeah, it's a great part to be a both. But just for those that don't know, to be a part of the guild, it's a yearly fee. It's a hefty fee.
Yeah, it's a hefty fee. We're on
Yeah.
a 1-barrel system, and it's hefty for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I can only imagine what the other breweries are paying.
So it's dependent upon how many barrels per year you produce?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
Dang.
Yeah. I know bars can join the guild as well, from what I understand, and it's a lot cheaper for bars or tap rooms, craft beer tap rooms to join the guild.
A couple of the meetings, and it's not just breweries.
Yeah.
There are people that are working with the breweries. There's bars.
Yeah.
There's,
And it'd be great if more tap rooms joined the guild, because that helps legislate for better rules and laws for us.
You get to hang out with cool people,
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
some different beers, and support a brewery. Yeah.
And then each party gets educated on the other person's industry.
Yeah.
They're,
I've made
they're
a lot
slightly
of
different.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
That's
hanging
cool.
out with Mike Starr yesterday at Backyard Brewing.
So I haven't
over
been
the
down
Super-
there.
And I met
I've
him
had
at
their
a guild
beers,
meeting.
which are great. They're pretty
Really
damn
great
good.
beers.
Yeah.
I just haven't been there yet. It's a little bit out of my ways.
It's a little bit out of the way.
But
yeah, he's
I
doing
need to
pretty
get there.
good out there. It's a small brewery. Strong Arm just closed,
Yeah, that sucks.
and they were literally next to Strong Arm. Like it was so close. Like,
Yeah.
not miles, feet.
Really?
Yeah, and but they got a lot of their equipment.
Oh, that's good
cool.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Man. Yeah, it's always sad to see a brewery go, man.
Oh,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
always sad.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah.
So I was talking to Oscar on Monday, and he told me, that music plays a huge part in your brewing process.
Yeah. We love music.
You love music. You
Yes.
always have music jamming. And it's a lot of
Yeah.
rap, right?
Actually, when we start our brew days, every brew day we start with 60s.
60s.
Yeah, the 60s.
Oh, wow.
On Sirius XM, we listen to 60s.
So you go way old.
Yeah,
school.
yeah. Because I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in LA. I love oldies. I was raised on oldies, funk, and all that stuff. So 60s for me, it's nothing. It's my jams,
Right.
Oscar, he was raised on the 60s as well. Like he said he liked that type of music. I'm more 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, but he's more just 60s, 70s, 80s on.
Okay.
And yeah, so we'll jam the 60s all day long until about we're ready to, boil. And then that's when we switch it up, and that's when I started.
70s?
No, actually, that's when the hip hop comes on.
Oh, that's when the
rap.
hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go up the decades or something.
No. So usually that's when the rap or the underground hip hop comes on, because I'm a big underground hip hop head. That's
heard it playing here, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I got into craft beer, man. I hated beer.
Oh, yeah?
I hated beer growing up. Never liked it. Never drank it. 21st birthday, family tried to get me drunk. I don't drink,
Huh.
I smoked. I
Right.
liked smoking.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't get into craft beer until I was about 31. I was at home one day, man, and was watching TV, and for some reason, it just seemed like I was just seeing nothing but Coors and Budweiser commercials over and over and over. And it just got me thinking, is there underground beer? There has to be underground beer if there's commercial beer. There's commercial music.
Yeah.
I'm listening to underground hip hop. So, that's what got me into craft beer, is that thought. So I generally jam
That's
hip hop
That is
after
interesting.
brewing, during brewing.
I think it's interesting that y'all kind of have a very. It's almost sounds strict a little bit.
like a
it has to be
ritual.
60s.
It doesn't have to be
yeah.
60s. Occasionally, I'll switch it up on him and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm not gonna play no 60s today, man. I feel like jamming some punk rock today, because I'm a big punk rock head as well."
Yeah.
And
Does the beer have anything to do with the decision?
maybe subconsciously it does.
Yeah.
But mostly it's what I'm feeling. And
Yeah.
it has to be the beer because it's brew day.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
really cool, man. I mean, like, I like to bring this little, scientific thing up. There was a study done about they took snowflakes under microscopes, and they said all these words around the snowflake, like bad words, like, like just discouraging words, words that are bad.
Yeah.
And then they said a lot of positive words, positive affirmations, love and good and all these good things. And then they looked at these snowflakes under a microscope, and the one when you said bad words looked like shit, and the one that you said all the good words around looked immaculate and amazing, like it was come out of the movie Frozen. And this really happened. It's a real thing. So to my point, I guess, is that doing that, kind of having this ritual and having this music around with your product and stuff, I think that it in some way it's going to shine through.
Yeah,
I believe
think
that.
so. Maybe.
I think it is. I think I'm tasting it right now.
Taste the 60s.
I hope so.
I am somebody in a brewery that participated in the Murky Myers 12 breweries participated. You did as well, and I think you made the best one. I
appreciate
love your
that. Thank
I
you.
had it, and it was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, we won 2 awards from that. I can't remember off the top of my head, or 1 or 2 awards. I don't remember.
Yeah.
From the little thing that they do.
There were 12, 13 breweries involved, and y'all won. Decca got an award, and then I think Hound Song got like the best.
I think they won the best Murky.
I was there, and I'm trying to remember
I didn't
who
get to
won
try them all
everything.
like he did, though. Yeah, you get to try them all.
he did.
I tried them all.
Yeah.
That was our first year being part of that. So
Okay, it was our second, but it was my first year with Decca, so it was my first time doing
It
it.
was our second year doing it. Are you going to do it next year?
Yeah, we definitely want to do it again this year. Well, this year, 25.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah. We're already in it.
October's so far away.
Yeah.
It feels like
it
next
does.
year.
It does. But yeah, we do plan on doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a fun one. It's a pretty cool little deal. Like, for those that don't know, Murky Myers is something that was set up by Tom Painter over at No Label, and they basically get a bunch of breweries in the Houston area to get involved to brew a double hazy, double dry hopped hazy IPA, and everybody, I guess, can do their own version of it.
Yeah, that's what I loved about it. It wasn't just one recipe. They included their recipe if you wanted to do their recipe.
Okay.
And you got a passport, and you went to all the different breweries.
Yeah.
I did all that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, as patrons wanted to, they could go to each brewery and try the Murkies at each
brewery
place
and get a stamp.
And then if they get all of them, they got a T-shirt. And if you were the first one to do it, you got some kind of party.
There was a party,
and
yeah.
There's a bunch of cool shit that you got that, So, but it was hard to do because one was Hound Song, one was
Hound Song has some great beers as well.
great beers, but so far for some people.
Yeah, so far.
I
For
went
some
out
people.
there.
Galveston Island was in there
and
too, I think.
He knew I was coming. He was
I need to get them on
welcoming.
tap out here for sure.
do.
Galveston Island? No, it wasn't Galveston Island.
Galveston Bay.
Galveston Bay.
It was Skylar, yeah.
Balances was in on it too, though, and
He
Hound
was,
Song, and
Wow.
Excalibur, Decca.
Yeah.
Like, think about how sprawled out those those.
I think I did
breweries
8 in one day.
Yeah, you did.
We're gonna
you
get
did a
really
bunch.
more into this with the Tom Painter podcast. We're doing that one in like a month. But
Yeah. But it's good to get the word out there because it's a great and I'm assuming you guys will. Yeah, y'all are gonna do it
Tom
again.
told me his whole
Well,
plan for this year, but I'm gonna let him tell you on the podcast. If
okay.
We'll talk about
Heck
it.
yeah.
something. Okay, cool. Yeah.
What's going on, Ian?
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, I love that thing. The Murky series is really a lot of fun. I like IPAs too, so that's why I'm a
Yeah,
little
I love
biased.
IPAs. I
Yeah.
love West Coast IPAs. Excuse me, but there was a
do?
time I loved hazy IPAs. When you couldn't get them here in Houston, that's how I got into brewing, was trading beers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, through trading beers, I ended up getting into home brewing. The person that I was supposed to brew with, I never brewed with him. He was like, "Hey man, I have these recipes for these hazies that we're trading for from New England." And I was like, "What? For real? You have recipes?" Well, I've been wanting to learn how to home brew, so I'm gonna buy the equipment and then let's brew. And he said, "Yeah." Well, I bought the equipment, and brew day never came. Sat on it for a whole year.
Yeah.
But within that year, periodically, I would hit up Oscar and be like, "Hey, bro, I have a brewing equipment, man, and I want to brew beer, but the guy I'm supposed to brew beer with, we're not brewing. You want to brew beer with me?" And Oscar would be like, "Yeah, man, for sure." So, okay. But we never brewed either. A whole year went by, and then I was like, "Oscar, do you want to brew with me or not, man? Because I need to start using this stuff. It's just sitting in my garage,
Yeah.
and I spent a lot of money on it."
Yeah.
It's really
And-
expensive to get started up.
It is. And he was like, "You know what, bro? Yeah, I'm really down." I was like, "Okay, well, be at my house this Saturday. We'll brew a beer."
How long ago was this? Just so I know.
Oh man, this has to be 8 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 years ago, because we homebrewed for about 5 years before we opened up here.
So this has been open about 3 years.
3 years, a
That's
little
when
over 3.
Hazies were just being traded across the country like crazy.
Yeah, and what's funny is when I was homebrewing, we brewed mostly stouts.
Yeah.
Mostly stouts.
Why
That's
is
all we
it-
brewed.
Was there a reason for that?
I love stouts.
Is that your
Okay,
favorite
yeah.
style?
It was at the time. Stouts and IPAs are my favorite.
Yeah.
Is IPAs?
Yeah, stouts
now?
and both. Still IPAs and stouts are my favorite still.
Nice.
Love them. Best beers.
Yeah.
And it's stout season 365.
Right on. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I remember the first style I heard of whenever this was just getting off the ground. People were like, "Oh yeah, the stouts are great. The stouts are so good."
Yeah.
I guess you just had a lot of experience brewing those and everything.
Yeah. And going back to like when we're talking about underground and the music and stuff is like when I first got into, well, it wasn't craft beer. I knew it wasn't craft beer because it was Negra Modelo or Modelo. I would go to a movie tavern with one of my friends, and you could drink beer at movie tavern. So that was a new concept to me at the time, and we would get Negra
You
Modelo.
remember when they didn't have beer at the movie
yeah,
theater?
yeah, that was a new
It
concept.
wasn't even
to me.
that long ago.
Yeah,
it feels like it's all every movie theater is beer now.
Yeah, and so I would drink Negra Modelo with my buddy and stuff, and I like that. And I think the first craft beer, if you want to call it craft beer, I still consider them craft because they carry the label still, is Shiner's Black Lager. That was like really the first craft beer I drank that was,
Shiner Black was good.
yeah, that was different, other than Budweiser, than a normal lager or Pilsner that you get from a commercial brewery,
I could see that being a gateway beer for dark beer because it was still light.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I remember the first
Ton
time
of
I had
flavor.
it was at a Hooters.
Oh, wow.
Because I thought the poor waitress, I was giving her the shit. She's like, "Oh, we have Shiner Black," and I was asking for a Shiner Bock, and I was
Yeah.
like, I said Shiner Bock. Like I'm like correcting her. She's like, "No,
I don't think I've
asshole."
had
Yeah. Don't mansplain beat, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Literally what I was doing. And then she brought it to us, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's delicious. Let's get a picture."
Yeah.
And I remember like falling in love with that beer. So good.
Yeah, same here. I fell in love with that beer.
I don't think I've had one. I guess I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's a
have to go
great
find
beer.
one.
It is
Yeah,
a great beer.
You can find it. It's still around.
Yeah, I get it occasionally when I feel nostalgic because I still like that beer
Yeah.
to this day. But we brew black lagers are here ourselves, and
What
I
do
think
you got? That's
actually
dark
we have
right now?
we have a black Kolsch on tap.
Ooh.
Can I try it?
You sure can. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why we put Louie right there.
I'm gonna need one of those too.
You got it.
Best podcast ever. No, it's awesome. They're just. I got a.
There's your shot.
What's up?
So there's your shot of
There's
Louis
my
Forrest
shot.
Brewing.
That's the shot I wanted, and we don't even have the camera on him. It's on you.
There it is.
There you go. Yeah. I'm enjoying myself. The My High Tie right now from Spindle Tap right now, and I'm also enjoying. What was the hazy again?
Jungle Juice.
Jungle Juice. Why did I say that so loud? I don't know.
The Jungle Juice.
There you go. That's our black Kolsch.
Hell yeah.
So this, I'll tell you right now. There you go.
You just poured me a full pour?
I sure did. I sure did. Full pours for
The
everybody.
samples we're getting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this sample right here. What's this called?
So this is one of the beers that we use, It's called La Muerte. It's a black Kolsch. We first brewed it in October for our anniversary. We brought out a whole bunch of black beers. We brought out a black lager, a black Kolsch, a black IPA, and a stout. And
That is yum.
yeah, so we did a whole bunch of black beers for our anniversary, which is on October, and for Halloween as well.
You were
That's
at
why they were
Stout
all
Fest,
black.
right? What did you bring to Stout Fest?
Oh, yeah, we were at Stoutfest. Stoutfest, we brought
Big Deborah.
Big Deborah, which is our pastry stout.
So good.
It was an oatmeal cream pie stout, but we homemade all the oatmeal cream pies. Homemade everything.
the cream
cookie
filling.
cream, the cookies, everything was
tap.
homemade.
Okay.
It's on tap. So
Yeah, it's
I
on
might
tap.
have to try that.
I
before
almost
leave
got
then.
one earlier because I went and got a Snickers and I was like, oh, it goes so good with the Snickers.
Yeah, it's a great beer. It's a great beer. We
It
have
is really good.
I think we have 3 stouts on tap right now.
Okay.
And a porter.
All yours?
All ours. Yeah.
Okay.
From us.
Y'all had an American stout out there too, no adjunct.
No adjunct. Yeah, it's still on tap right now.
Okay.
It's number 5 El Susto.
Okay, cool.
And that's the
El
scare,
Susto.
like scary,
Okay.
Yeah. And so this is our black Kolsch, La Muerte. We were
Black Kolsch, everybody.
yeah. We were just here chit-chatting, shooting the shit with a couple of customers. I don't know if y'all know Rudy Cano. He does.
Love Rudy.
He's like part of a band. Plays at a lot of breweries, and we were here chilling, talking about our anniversary coming up and what we should do. And he's the one who threw out the idea of black beers. Why not do black beers for your anniversary since it's kind of close to Halloween? And we're like, you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah, nobody else has done it.
Yeah, nobody else has done it. You know, coming out with like all black beers across the line. You know, at least 4 of them we did. And talking about that, we were talking about, you know, our favorite styles of black beers, and you know, St. Arnold's Santo came up, and I was like, you know what? We got to brew a black Kolsch as well. So we did, and we brought it out. And what's funny is a week after we brought it out, we didn't even know St. Arnold's was doing this. They brought out Santo again.
Oh,
and it
that's
was
funny.
Yeah, and it was brewery only released.
Because it had been canceled for how long?
Like 2-3 years, 4 years, 5, I don't know.
Okay.
It was a good minute. It's been gone for a good minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oscar and I, as soon as we heard that they released Santo, we ran there because they released, I think, Friday, and they ran out Saturday morning, and it was like brewery only.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
And it was so damn good. It was great, you know. And we were very happy with ours as well.
It's really good, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thank you.
Tasty.
Thank you.
It's exactly what you want. All the roasty and the light.
Yeah. We're trying. So this is our second time brewing it. The only tweak we did on this recipe versus the first recipe is when we added the dark grains.
Okay.
So the first time we brewed it, I think we added the dark grains 30 minutes left into the mashing, and then this time we did it like 20 minutes left for the mashing. So we're trying to get more crispy than roasty flavors, but we want it to be black.
Right. Yeah.
Not amber, not dark amber. We want it to be black.
Right.
It looks pretty black to me.
Yeah, we
it
want
is.
it to, when you pick it up to the sunlight, you can't see through it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're trying to do.
But it's light on the palate, man. It's
And
so good.
yeah, that's what we're trying.
So Oscar gave me another question to ask.
Yeah, I know the question.
You know,
I think I know the question, but if it's not, it's okay.
okay. Where did you watch the
Yeah, that's the
2017
question.
World Series finale?
So the finale, man. So
Not a beer related question.
yeah, I can't remember where I watched.
Why did you know he was going to ask this question?
Because he told me. So I can't remember where I watched Game 7 because Game 7 was trash. Dodgers didn't come to play.
You're a major Dodgers fan.
Major Dodgers fan, you know. But also I am a baseball fan.
Okay.
And I understand that in baseball, the name of the game is sign stealing. Mm-hmm. It's always been that way. For you to think otherwise is funny. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know, and you got to do the time. You got to keep up with the times. This is not 1950. It's not 1960. It's not 1970. Mm-hmm. So yeah, whatever the Astros were doing, the Astros were doing. And not to say the Dodgers weren't doing it. I don't know. You know, Dodgers weren't called out, and that's because Astros weren't caught. They were called out by their ex-player, which is trash, man.
Right.
Sad. And then homeboy doesn't even give up the ring. He keeps the ring, you know. So that is trash. So I don't remember when I watched Game 7 because it was a trash-ass game. Dodgers didn't play. But that series, tell me that wasn't the best World Series ever, man. Game 5?
Yeah.
Shit,
I don't even really
man.
watch sports. I watched that whole series.
Dude, that was to me, that was one of the best World Series games ever, man.
Yeah.
All 7 games, well, 6 games were great. Game 7 was trash. I'm mad that the Dodgers lost. I'm mad that they didn't show up. You know, like I said, it's sign stealing. That's what everybody does.
Yeah.
You know, in the 90s, the era was steroids. That's how everybody was
It
cheating.
was the Game 5 though that was that.
Oh, Game 5 was amazing. You know, you got to give it to the Dodgers. Yeah, we lost. But we gave you motherfuckers hell.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
shit went into like extra innings.
Yeah. There was that one. Who was it that the Astros played? We went to 18 innings.
Oh man, I remember that game. That game was awesome too.
Forget who that was that we were playing.
Yeah,
against,
I can't
but-
remember. It wasn't the Dodgers, but
Yeah. Man, I was stuck at Ingenious that night all night. Doing well. We had a taco truck out there, but I had to do hot dogs too. Whenever we did
Yeah.
the late games. We do the late night hot dogs.
Speaking of, I guess, other breweries, time to ask. Top 5 breweries, Houston.
okay. So my top 5 breweries in Houston would be I love Brash. I've always loved Brash.
Okay,
Old Brash,
doesn't have
new
to be in
Brash.
any order, yeah, Brash.
I've always loved them. My favorite brewery. That's
your
to me-
favorite brewery?
To me, that's our competition.
I love Brash
I love
as
old
well.
school Brash. You know, stouts and West Coast IPAs. So
Yeah.
We
you
just had
know.
Adam on the podcast at Moon Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, favorite brewery is Brash.
Brash, okay.
I would have to say, I know it's not inside Houston; it's more outside. But Baba Brew House.
No, Baba's in my top 5. I include it.
So I have a lot of love for Baba Brew House.
We're gonna have Marcus on. Marcus is gonna come on.
Marcus is great. Marcus and King are great people. They actually brewed a beer for my daughter's quinceañera many years ago that you can only get at her quinceañera. And then they brewed a special beer for my wedding that you can only get at my wedding, which I got married at Jester King Brewery in 2020.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
You had
Hell
a
yeah.
exclusive Baba beer for your wedding at Jester King?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you look behind you, I have a label of our beer on the fridge all the way up top. If you see the Holy Ghost label, that gold holographic, right above it is a label that was on our beer, and it's my wife and I.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my wife and I on it.
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so definitely Brash,
That is really cool.
Baba.
Okay. We got 3 more.
Let's see. True Anomaly does some fantastic stuff,
Anomaly,
man.
okay.
Agreed.
Really love True Anomaly.
No, it's great.
Let's see. Another great brewery that I like. Of course, you know, you gotta say Equal Parts. Equal Parts is a fantastic
One
brewery.
of my tops for sure.
Yeah. I gotta think now. Oh,
One more.
Elderson Brewing.
Elderson
Yeah.
Brewing, okay.
Oh, yeah. They're the Hebrews. Robert brews some great beers,
Robert's
man.
awesome. We just did a podcast with them, too.
Yeah, we actually opened up the same day they opened up.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've been around the same amount of time as they've been around.
4 years, right?
A little over 3.
Okay.
October 28th is when they opened, and we opened
Oh,
October
okay, so
28th.
coming up on 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking, and this, I'm kind of changing the topic dramatically, but I just was thinking about it. It's very current. Other businesses in the Heights. This week they just announced, Marin just announced that Star Sailor is closing.
Yeah, that is sad. I loved Marin. I loved Star Sailor. My wife and I used to go there often.
It's a great spot. Very much community here in the
Yeah,
Heights.
it's a great safe space. It was a great safe space for the LGBT community. You know, which not too many places are nowadays. You know, but
Right, yeah.
they were, which I give it to Marin, which is awesome. Sad to see them go though.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see them go.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what's next.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
Marin's definitely going to end up somewhere else here in the craft.
Yeah, she's
scene.
resilient.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, she's been in the industry for
She's
a
got
minute.
a foot in it for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Got a foot in the game.
Yeah, she was with like B52, Urban South,
yeah.
and then
Star Sailor.
yeah, Star Sailor, and then another brewery in Colorado.
Yeah, she was helping out. She was consulting, I think. For, was it?
Man, I can't remember the brewery's name now.
It's not a. It's not the ones that do the juicy bits, right? It's
No,
not WeldWorks.
No, I don't think it was WeldWorks.
It's a big one.
It starts with an A, I believe. I think they do a lot of like fruited sours. Can't think of the name.
I don't know.
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
But it is sad to see them go, man.
I've known a lot of stuff. with
She
Marin.
was a great like craft beer type bar with great food, you know, and
I love a good smash burger.
yeah,
from Star
Yeah.
Sailor.
she
bought
did.
beer
She did
from
good.
Megaton occasionally, and she sold F Your Liver there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a Cuban sandwich on that menu too. That was really good.
Yeah, dude. One time I actually got a vegan taco from her. That was jackfruit, man, and I swear I was eating lengua, a taco de lengua.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
If
delicious.
you know what to do with jackfruit, man, yeah, you can. That can turn out really good.
So yeah, she knew what she was doing, man. I hope to see her, continue somewhere else or somewhere.
And that was when Miranda was doing a lot of the
yeah.
stuff
Miranda
in the
was
kitchen.
cooking in the kitchen, so
Yeah.
it sucks that see where she's gonna go next too.
Exactly, yeah.
'Cause
Someone else we'll see here.
Yeah, because she was a great chef, man. She cooked some great food.
Yeah.
I heard she had some great crawfish too, and I love crawfish.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Random. I was, that storm they had. Was it May last year here in the Heights? It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That knocked down my whole fence around
They
my whole
knocked down
house.
your whole fence.
Yeah.
I was my storage unit. I was at my storage unit. It's like 2 miles away from 2 minutes away from Star Sailor, and I couldn't even get in there. It was so crazy.
Yeah, I was stuck here actually with a customer. Yeah, and my wife was at home. So it was a tornado in Cyprus, and I'm adjacent to Cyprus. I'm in Cyfair. And, I'm talking to my wife on the phone because I see the storm coming, and I'm like, hey, how is it over there? Because I'm not home. She's like, oh, it's okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're okay. I'm like, all right, babe, cool. I'll talk to you later. Stay safe. I hang up with her, and not 5 minutes later, does my next door neighbor who lives right next door to me call me talking about it's a tornado. There's a tornado here. Dang. They broke their window.
Was insane.
And it freaked me out because it hadn't hit here yet. And
I was driving through it. I was driving towards Star Sailor because I didn't know where else to go.
What was it?
And
this
a
is the
stoplight fell in front of my
here,
car.
it's called Derecho here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had a name for it in Cyprus, but it was Derecho here on the north side.
No, a light fell in front of my car, like right in front of my car, right as I was about to go. Yeah. I saw porta potties floating through the air past me. I saw a stop sign ripped out of the ground, and then I just parked at Star Sailor, and Marin was at the door before I even got to the door, and she let me, and she's like, get in the back, and then we played Munchkin.
Yeah.
Saved my life.
Yeah, the customer I had here, I was, hey, we need to get into the retail fridge.
She's like, you need anything, hon?
It's a tornado or something.
Right.
I had just got off the phone with my neighbors. So I was like, that's when it kind of like hit us here.
Yeah.
Apparently there was not even time to get notification out. Not even for like the Weather Channel to get out a notification that, hey, we got a storm.
It was so fast.
Yeah, it was
and
crazy.
So fast.
It was at 6:30. I remember I was at Spindletap.
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember walking out, and I was like, somebody's like, oh, it's just a storm. It'll blow over. I was like, this isn't normal. It's
it
dark,
was not
pitch dark
normal.
at 6:30. It was insane.
It was like all the our parking lot and the gas station parking lots were full of cars.
Her sign was ripped out of the Star Sailor. Yeah, it was
Shoot,
she said she had just gotten it. Spent a bunch of money on that thing.
Yeah. As soon as that storm passed, I told the customer, hey, your beers are on the house.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
She brought me a THC seltzer.
I was like, all right, we got to close up and we got to leave, And I left, man. It took me like 2 hours to get home. It was crazy, man. I jumped on 610 because I used Waze.
Yeah.
Let me see, Waze might know better than I do.
Yeah.
And I jump on 610, and as soon as I jump on 610, of course there's traffic. But I'm like, you know what? Let me get off. Because it was like almost standstill traffic, and I got to the next exit and got right off and took the streets home. Decided to take the streets home. Well, some towers fell on 290 and blocked the whole freeway. And that's the way I go.
Yeah.
So I would have just been sitting in traffic for who knows how long if I didn't exit that freeway. Yeah. So I'm glad I did exit that freeway.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I was at Spindletap's pretty safe as far as the structure of the building and everything. I felt pretty safe in there. Yeah, but I don't remember my drive home actually. Maybe I
remember my drive home because I had to go around everything.
Yeah.
The GPS was taking me ways. I'm like, nope, there's water over here. I could see
trees,
cars halfway in it.
I will say, I live in
Street
Kingwood,
lights.
so up north it didn't hit quite as hard as it did down here in the city. In the city, it did. Because I remember I was just starting to work for Deca and doing sales, and I was driving around the Heights, and I was like, this place is wrecked. And then not long after that, Kingwood got hit with some shit.
And I remember the Cove got flooded.
Yeah. Yeah, they were 3 feet.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah.
Cove is a great place too.
They cleaned it up pretty fast too. I was literally there 2 days later.
Yeah, and they were open selling beer.
And they had a band and everything.
Yeah.
It was packed. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I cannot believe there was 3 feet of water in there 2 days before.
Yeah.
No, I was there too. Yeah, I saw them with their device. What were they called? The fans they had in there.
Oh yeah.
Little. Yeah. That's crazy.
That storm was crazy. And then a month later, we had a hurricane.
Yeah. We're about to hit the season again too. We're not far away.
Man.
So
y'all want to take a break real quick? We've been going a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take a quick break.
Yeah. Take a quick break.
I might snack on this pork belly.
Hello, and welcome to Spider Games. A few years ago, I started selling a couple video games on eBay. Now I'm selling video games of all generations, retro toys, and anything I think's cool. I'm a top-rated seller because I package well and I take care of my customers. Check out my store on eBay. It's called Spider Games. Do you have any old video games sitting around? I buy video games of all generations, and I pay better than the game stores. If you do, email me at spidergamesebay@gmail.com.
I'm also known as DJ Sino. You can find me at least a couple of different breweries or craft beer bars throughout the month hosting the best music bingo in all of Houston. We'll be sharing those shenanigans right here on the Beer Someone podcast.
F your liver, the game that will have you salute the general, and then say the alphabet backwards, and then elect the president, and then bust a move, and then throw a ninja star, and then shoot your finger gun, and then roar like a T-Rex, and then freeze like ice, and then karate chop, and then bust a rhyme, and then bet on a horse race, and then spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and then make your buddy laugh. Don't touch the ground because the floor is lava. Tell a story. Eat my lips. Just grab 3 to 20 friends, a drink of your choice, shuffle and flip the top card, and let the chaotic hilarity unfold. F your liver, a game worth drinking to.
Hey everybody, we're back with the Beer Someone podcast. Right now we're at Big Owl Turkey Forest with Louie and my co-host Casey.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're about to play a quick little round of F Your Liver. We're each going to draw a card. We're going to show the card to our camera and read out loud what it says.
Okay.
Casey, you want to draw the first card?
Take this card right now.
F Your Liver is a local Houston-made drinking card game. It's available at fyourliver.com and amazon.com. What's your card say, Casey?
It says asshole. Everyone has to drink except for you, and you get to draw another card.
Okay. Cheers, Louie.
Cheers.
Oh, I just got me a crispy boy from Saloon Door. We're actually doing a podcast with Sylvia on our next one over at Saloon Door West. So
Yeah, Sylvia's
it's a
great
good
people.
Opportunity to mention that.
Crispy boy.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
It's an amazing beer.
Yeah,
There's
that is
Six
it's a damn good
Ys.
beer.
6 Ys in that name.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey. Yes, Casey. Thank you.
Oh, I'm the general. I drew the general
Who's the
card.
general? We were just talking
damn.
about this. Can you explain that, Casey?
All right. So basically, what
And
does
we're
it
going to do
say?
this for the remainder of the podcast.
At any time during gameplay, you may salute, and all players must salute you back. The last player to do so must drink. So I get to salute.
yeah.
Brandon was last, so he's drinking.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good times.
Yeah. Let's go. And Louie,
All right. Now Louis drawing.
That one. All right.
Whichever
that
one.
one.
what'd you get? Never have I ever.
Yeah. Say, never have I ever.
You know what? Can you put? I didn't actually click on your screen. Can you? Okay. Never have I ever. There you go.
There you go. So everyone put 3 fingers up, starting with the card puller. You state, never have I ever, and insert something you have never done. If you have done the subject stated, you put a finger down and on to the next person. This will continue until a player has all fingers down, and they must drink.
Okay, Louie. You gotta say something I
Me?
guess. Yeah.
Hold on.
If we've done it, we got to put our fingers down. Let's not get too crazy for podcast purposes. I don't know if I want everybody to know all my personal business.
I don't know, man. Put your finger down if you. Yes, put a finger down if you shotgun a beer.
Oh, okay.
Or is that how you do it? I don't know.
Yeah, like every day. Casey, you shotgun a beer?
I've shotgunned a beer in my day. Yes.
All right.
Okay. That's not a bad one. Let me think. Well, we could keep it beer related. Let's see. Never have I ever been to Foss Brewing. I will tomorrow. I'm going for the Lagerfest, but I've actually never been there. Casey?
So I have been there just one time.
You've been there one time?
Yeah, one time.
Have you been there?
I have not been there.
You have not been there.
No.
Okay. And you're going to be working that event tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll be at the Lagerfest tomorrow. I believe the VIP starts at 11.
Well, everybody
everything
see this next week.
kicks
but
off. That's true. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I will be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll be there too, enjoying it, not working as Megaton.
Yeah, Foss has 18 loggers just for their own, like what
Man.
they're serving.
That's a lot of loggers.
18 loggers. I'm like, where do you have the room for all that?
That's crazy.
That's a
What
lot
are
of
you bringing
lagering.
tomorrow?
What are we bringing? We're bringing. That's actually a very good question. So we are definitely bringing our Cabo Eclipse Vienna Lager from Deca, and then also it's a toss-up right now between our Cobblestone German Lager and our Lotteria Mexican Lager.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Cobblestone he just brewed, and he was going to transfer it to get it started kegging yesterday, or no, actually Wednesday. But it's not quite clarified fully yet, so we're
Yeah.
not sure yet if it's right. If it's ready, if it's not ready, we're taking Lotteria. That's where we're at.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. But Cobblestone's amazing. That's one of the beers that we just came up with last year. It was supposed to just kind of be a one-off, and now it's become a year-round because it was so good. But it does take a long time. That beer, for some reason, takes about like 8 weeks to lager. It takes a long time to get there.
Roger. It's
Yeah.
your question now.
What's that?
Oh, we're still playing Never Have I Ever.
Oh,
You still
never
your
have I
fingers
ever.
up.
Okay, so I have to say something I've done.
Yeah, so
okay.
Never Have I Ever, and then if you've done it, you take your finger down.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
it's something you've never done.
okay,
technically.
something I've never done.
Yeah,
Okay.
technically.
Okay.
Louie, I can't see your fingers on the camera. How many you got? You got 2 left?
I got 2.
You got 2. I got 2. In case he's down to 1. So he doesn't. He's trying to take us both down to 1, but not take him down.
Yeah.
Not kill himself.
I'm trying to think of something good. Beer.
Beer related?
I'm trying. Well, I was trying to think of something beer related. I have never brewed a beer.
I have.
I have brewed a beer. I've brewed 1 beer and I found out I'm horrible at it. And
Really?
Yeah, that's
I
what
wasn't sure if you had brewed or not.
I brewed 1 beer one
Obviously.
time and I'm like, nope, this is not for me. Sales. Yeah.
I bought the equipment. I had the stuff, but never actually pulled
And
the
Louie,
trigger.
you brewed a beer before?
Yeah, I brewed a beer.
Couple
So,
One
so you're down to
twice.
1 finger? Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Now we're all
never
evened
brewed a
up.
beer?
I've never brewed a beer. Like I
Okay.
said, bought all the stuff, had the stuff, but I always let the yeast die or like.
That's funny. Okay,
So
let me see.
we're all down to 1. Now you got to figure out a way to knock me and Casey out without knocking yourself out. Can you do that?
Yeah, I sure. Well, I have to say
Yeah.
something. I have to say something I've never done, right?
Yeah, you
okay,
Because
okay.
if you say something that includes you, you got to put your finger down.
Okay.
And then we all got to drink, which isn't a horrible thing if we all drink, I guess.
I just did.
Let's
So.
see.
I mean, I'm just drinking anyways.
Which, by the way, I want to. While you're thinking, I'm drinking the Big Deborah. It's 8.3% ABV. It is a pastry stout made by the people here at Big Owl. Oatmeal cream pies,
Yes.
and it is fantastic.
I
Thank you.
still need to try that. Can I have a sip of yours?
Yeah, go. Yeah, please.
So never. Oh wait, I've had that. Never mind. Dude, I'm trying to think, man. I don't know.
You could just kamikaze yourself. We can all drink.
all
Never
right,
have I
yeah,
ever had a
yeah,
beer. Or some-
There you go. Never have I ever had a beer.
yeah?
Yeah.
Fine.
I'll just drink.
Well, let's go.
Cheers.
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 Delicious.
Checked in a
I
beer
still
on
have 2
tap.
beers. I still have a little bit. Here we go. There goes my black culture. It's so good, though.
Thank you.
Did you ever check in beers on Untapped?
Yeah. I used to check in beers on Untapped for a minute. I got up to like about 1,200 before I stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
you
I still got to draw a
Just
card,
kind of organically stop? Or?
No, once we started opening the brewery, I felt it was kind of wrong for me to rate beers again,
Yeah.
versus because I'm brewing beer too. So
Yeah, I felt the same way. Even just not even brewing, but working in the industry, I
Yeah.
felt like when I first started, I got my first industry job at Megaton, and I immediately kind of was like, I was already getting into it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the good guy thing,
Yeah.
and just not do that.
yeah, I loved Untapped. I loved using it, but yeah, same. I was just like, I
Yeah.
can't
You know, I've
do it no
never
more.
really been in. I think I said this on when we did the one. With
We covered it
Darnell
with
and Robert. But yeah, I've never really gotten into Untapped. I've been I went to all the Untapped festivals.
Yeah.
But I never got into Untapped, and it's been so long. It's just never gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. But I love that people do it.
Yeah. I have a buddy. He's I think 11,000 right now.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
See,
crazy.
I wouldn't even know
Yeah.
how to start right now. That's the thing.
Well, after a while, they started implementing some of the similar features that the Pokemon Go game has, where if you do certain amount of styles or a certain amount of this or a certain amount of that, you get little badges and prizes that are not real.
I've been to
No,
breweries
but I
all over the
love grabbing
country.
them badges, man.
Yeah,
those
I
badges
got
are
another
awesome.
badge. I got that stout badge. It says I have
Yeah.
50 stouts or whatever.
Yeah, I've been to breweries all over the country, but am I supposed to go and document all that now?
Some people really like to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's been years. It's been
Well, I mean,
over
you
10
wouldn't
years of my
document
life.
your past breweries, I guess, if you're using it. I guess you would use if you're going to use it today, I'd probably start with whatever brewery I'm going to today.
yeah. I'm also not really on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is still weird. And it's do I get on Instagram now? I'm probably going to get on Instagram soon.
Might as
Especially
well.
now that we're doing the podcast
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff and representing a brewery as well.
And it's different.
others
There's a lot of
and
people
stuff.
that are on Instagram that won't do Facebook. They've left Facebook and they're only doing IG. So it's a good.
I love the beer community on Facebook, on
Yeah.
beers,
Same.
Craft beer social media.
Yeah.
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 But I'm going to draw a card real quick. Casey, you want to? Yeah.
F your liver.
F y'all liver. That's the commercial, right? That's Jack's voice.
I've listened to it a few times.
Okay. Have we done the high noon on here yet? That's the one we all turn our fingers into guns and point at someone.
We have. I think we have. Yeah.
We did it with Darnell, didn't we? Yeah. Every player must turn their hand into a gun, count to 3 as a group, and point at someone. The player with the most people pointing at them must drink. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Oh, they both pointed at me. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wow. I just got ganged up on.
Let me get a tulip of the.
It's okay. I win anyways. I get to drink a beer.
Right. Yeah. No, it's not like you're losing a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. General.
Yeah. Now he's watching. Make sure I'm not saluting.
I'm watching
I'm
like
gonna
a
wait.
hawk.
I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I already forgot about it.
Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that with his hand up to his face?
Okay. So we just finished the F Your Liver portion.
So we were talking about Untapped. The only thing I was going to say to follow that up was I did kind of think it was a great way to keep track of what you had tried. There's a way you can check in your beers without rating them, and that's great. I stopped doing it though because I'm just like, man, most of the time I just want to sit at the bar and enjoy my drink and not sit there and like worry about checking it in. But there were times when people were like, "Have you tried such and such beer from such and such brewery?" And I'm like, "I think I have."
Get
but
on,
I'm not sure.
on Untapped at a brewery and rating a beer for me feels like going to a concert and recording somebody while you're watching the show.
Yeah.
And I just like to watch the show. I like to be present and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just always been my perspective.
Yeah. I was just at Deftones the other night. I got my quick little video, and I got a couple of shots at the very beginning.
I'll get
And
one
that's
video.
it.
I'm a little bit of a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'll get one.
But
I'll
I
get
put
one.
my phone away, and I
Yeah.
enjoy the show. Yeah.
Yep,
So I'm not
same.
all the whole time in my phone.
Yeah, but my wife will just sit there and film every song.
Yeah, no.
Like
Yeah.
half the song too, and I'm just like,
I mean, how
good.
often are you going to go back and rewatch that video, though?
No,
you're not.
I
It's
just
for
wanna
all the people
remember.
to watch in
Yeah.
horrible quality.
It sounds awful.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
So a
But-
few pictures, maybe a video or two. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
But I love that people love Untapped. I've gone to the beer groups. I've gone to Backyard Grill has a beer group that gets together, and they all just rate beers on Untapped. So does Brew 30. They have a group together. I think it's Wednesdays, and they just get like every other Wednesday, and they get together. And
Yeah.
they just so I've gone up there and dropped off some Megaton beers. and
Yeah.
I'm like, go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I need to go there. Drop off
Yeah.
some of my beers.
For sure. I think as long as people realize that it's not the beer Bible and it's not the way to go about like looking at a brewery's beer ratings and things like that, it's not like the greatest way to go about it. But
It's like Yelp.
Yeah,
You know, I
but-
don't really pay attention too much to the Yelp reviews anymore. You know, everybody has an opinion.
yeah. But as far as just, like for your own personal, use, keep track of your beers the way you tried, and I think that's where it is useful. But anyway, we talked about that. I was gonna bring up some of your events and stuff.
You have a lot of events coming up.
We have a few coming up. We're going to have a 420 event coming up on 4/13.
You know what? Before we get into the
yeah.
events, while I got you here, a little bit of a follow-up to our second podcast with Darnell. You ended up having the Pullman Porter here.
Yeah. We brewed a beer with Darnell. We brewed the Pullman Porter. It's our third year doing it.
Yeah?
It's a smoked pecan porter.
You still have that on tap?
Yeah, we have it on tap.
I'm going to have to get one before I leave.
Yeah.
I came by and I had one that Sunday. That
You sure did.
It was
I remember.
really great.
Yeah, and then y'all do a suit drive too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you're asking people to, because I'm assuming y'all do this next year
It's
as
still
well.
going
we'll
on.
do it next
They can
year.
still come up
Next
here?
year.
Yeah,
I mean, you can drop it off. And
Okay.
We'll
You'll take
contact.
it.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll
take
contact.
it.
Yeah. Contact the organization to donate
I
it
definitely
to
want to
them.
do it next year because I do have some professional attire that I won't wear anymore.
You just poured
Definitely.
Pullman Porter right here.
Nice.
Yeah. You haven't tried it yet.
I haven't tried it
Okay,
yet.
I'm
No.
going to take a sip. I'm going to give this to you.
All right.
That's so good.
Pecan porter. That's nice.
Thank you. Let me get a taste of that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
If you don't mind.
It's funny going. Oh yeah. Got that pecan on the back end for sure.
All right, yeah. That's good. Just worry. Just make sure it tastes good.
Quality assurance.
do
Line
that.
wasn't clean, maybe.
Hey,
clear.
we do that as reps. I'm sure Casey does that. We
Yeah,
go
you got
sample
to.
the beer at bars and stuff. If I'm sampling the beer, I got to try the beer because I want to make sure it tastes correct.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed
My
to.
biggest fear is if it going flat.
Yeah.
Whenever because I can it literally the day of. Sometimes it's a couple days before I get the sample to the person. And my other thing is like, how long are they letting it sit in the cooler before they finally try it? So that's why we
Yeah.
really want people to try it right when we bring it. But I really don't like forcing people to do that if they're not. Not everybody wants to drink a beer right at 11 o'clock, in the daytime.
Yeah.
I get it. So, but that's always my fear is that, because we do purge it with CO2 and everything. We do all those things, but there's every once in a while I've tasted, like you said, like we're tasting a beer together and I taste it. I'm like, it's got a lot more carbonation than
Yeah.
because it's a couple days old in the can,
Are
But
they
that's my
twist-
biggest fear.
Are they the twist-off crowlers that you use, or no?
No, they're just regular top
okay.
sealed. Yeah.
Because I know the twist-off crowlers, those kind of get flat right away.
Because they have more headspace. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even the sealed ones are like falling apart pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in a cooler full of ice.
That's my only fear. I know some buyers understand that. They get it. They know what's going on. But I still I want that product to be exactly what they're going to get. Like, this is what it
Yeah.
tastes like out of the keg. And so, like we talked about this before, we get a little in more depth with, like, the rep side of the industry. And that's kind of one of those things I'll say. That's my fear whenever I take samples to a place is not anything other than just, like, hopefully it's not flat. And it won't be flat. It just won't be exactly like the way it was coming out of the keg.
Experienced buyers, though, like Louie here, who have been doing this for a while,
Yeah.
they can tell the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you try a beer and it tastes flat, you're like, this is probably not what this beer is supposed to taste like.
because
Right.
I'm drinking a lot of our beers that we're brewing, drinking them flat as
And
well.
you'd be like, hey,
Right.
Brandon, this
Can't-
beer didn't. I don't think this beer was right, and you probably just kind of get another sample.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
No. Usually.
But that's not everybody. Not everybody's Louie.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but I will say that's usually my only thing that's
Yeah.
why I would sit down and try the beer with someone. That happened just the other day with one of our beers. They
You
were
want to
like,
try it with them, but you can't always. Sometimes you have to leave beer.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
you have to
You
leave
don't
it.
want to. You never want to leave beer.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'll always text them. There's beer waiting on you. There's
I
however
do.
many.
I
There's
take a
3.
picture.
Yeah.
Because they'll never get it if you
They'll
don't.
disappear sometimes, and
I'll
we don't
ask
know
them
how.
their name, whoever I left it. What's your name? I left it
Yeah.
with Courtney.
Yeah. Courtney's over there just like shotgunning on her break. Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
ever happen here at Big Al? Does some of the beer that you were supposed to try disappeared?
A few times, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, where'd that beer go?
They're like, I promise it was good. You should order it.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, as long as it was good, then I'm going to get it.
Yeah. All right. So the one event that I wanted to bring up that is something I have not gotten to come to, but I want to. It's been on my radar is the Pozzoli competition.
Oh yeah. If you've been to or even heard of a chili cook-off, it's generally a chili cook-off, but with pozole, which is a soup.
Yeah.
It's a soup with hominy and beef.
I'm a big pozole fan.
Or pork. I mean, you can use chicken if you like to.
Yeah.
Whatever
if
you
you
like
want
to
to
use.
lose, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to lose, and then you have red and green pozole.
Onions,
You have different ones,
More
white.
onions, the better.
Yeah.
Cabbage.
Yeah, cabbage.
Yeah.
Radishes. You put in it.
You're speaking my language.
It looks like a cool
yeah.
event. So y'all usually do that when it starts getting cold, right?
Yeah, close to like November, December. We do it. This is our second time doing it this year. Last year, in 2024, and it was a great event, great turnout. We have 10 people competing.
Yeah.
We had 10 vendors
good.
competing, and
That's good.
It was a bunch of pozole to taste, and you had People's Choice, and you had judges judging, and
Yeah. How much was it? If I just wanted to come and hang out and just try the Pozzoli, how much did I have to pay?
Man, I can't remember off the top of my head how much
It's
it was.
usually cheap for these kinds of
Yeah,
events.
I didn't know this was a thing.
It's not much.
I'm coming next year.
Yeah,
this
it's
year,
unlimited,
This
yeah.
year, it's so far away.
Yeah,
but
you get a token to vote for whoever you like the best for the
Usually
People's
like
Choice.
$5-10, and you get a wristband or whatever, and then you get to try all
unlimited
the stuff.
pozole,
Yeah.
and then I think you get a free beer with
Yeah.
it.
I've been to a million chili cook-offs, but I
Yeah.
don't think I've been to a pozole cook-off.
It is. It's great. It's great,
my
especially if you like
gosh.
pozole. It's
I
great.
love pozole.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
It's a great time. A great time, man. Great event. Great people showing up. Last year, City Acre showed up and competed, and they did
Oh,
one.
right on.
They were a
Nice.
competitor?
Yeah.
Any other
they-
breweries?
I remember, yeah.
No, I think they were the only brewery. I think.
Because Lee was here.
Yeah, Lee was
Yeah.
here. He was here. You had Chuck competing. He's with us.
Yeah.
So maybe you can count us as with it. Big Al, Turkey Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't given Chuck a shout out yet.
Yeah.
We got to give Chuck a shout out.
Yeah, Chuck,
Shout out to Chuck.
Chuck's a great
Yeah.
guy, man.
Chuck's awesome. Yeah, love that dude.
But City Acres pozole was really good too.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Was
I
that
believe
Chef
that.
Don that made
Yes.
it? Okay,
yes,
yeah.
It was tasty.
Yeah, dude. Chef Don's got it going on, man. He does some good shit.
Yeah.
I've been over there doing music bingo for a while now, and it's usually like the last. Right now, it's the fourth Friday of the month is when I'm doing it there. But every time they feed me, and I get something different, and
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, dude, what do you got? What's it's not on the menu? Sometimes they'll do some off menu shit for me.
Hell yeah.
He is happy to cook. That dude's like likes his job. He's passionate about it. So shout out to Don, man. He makes some good shit.
Yeah, City Acre does pretty good beers.
So,
too.
but they weren't the winner though.
No, they weren't the winners. Who were the winners? Man, I can't remember who won. I remember the runner-ups. I'm not the runner-ups, but the People's Choice were a group called Jesucitas, women cookers and stuff. They won this year and last year People's Choice.
Right on.
So they won it 2 years in a
Oh,
row.
shit.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's
so
up.
they cook some really
Did
good
they
stuff.
just bring like a crowd of people? Is that?
I think they do bring a crowd of people.
That's a lot of times. People's Choice sometimes can go that way. And that's just how it is.
And,
I've
and
done.
that's smart on them.
Yeah. If you bring the people, you're gonna win People's Choice.
Yeah.
Man, I know a guy that does a chili cook-off. God, I wish I knew his name because he's in a lot of the brewery ran. Like Spindle Tap does one. He's been at Decca. He's been
Yeah.
at some of the other ones. Ingenious, he won the one in Ingenious. I can't remember his name, but that dude literally brings a pot for judges, and he only makes a small amount for the judges. He doesn't give a fuck about People's Choice.
Yeah.
And he just wants, and he wins, dude. And people get mad. They're like, wait,
can
I
tell
didn't
a
get to
funny
try
story
his.
that's not beer related?
Yeah, go for it.
So when I was in the Army, I very early into the Army, the unit I was in was deployed in Iraq, and I was back in for support, and they threw me into this weird mix mash of a unit, and one of he was like a first sergeant, but he was a cook, and he was my first sergeant during that time period. And he told me, he's like, they wanted to do like a military chili cook-off.
Okay.
And he's like, Brandon, you're in the chili cook-off. And I said, first sergeant, I don't cook at all. I'm like, I can make cereal, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you're making chili. I'm like, and he's like, you're making chili. I'm like, so you know what I did?
What'd you do?
No, I didn't make chili. I did not make chili. I did buy a crock pot. I took that thing to Wendy's.
Yeah. I was was just about to say you got Wendy's chili
I said, fill this thing up.
and charge me.
I got second place.
Oh, wow.
I've seen the memes. I've seen the memes where it's like wins first place, but I brought the Wendy's chili. Yeah.
I added a little spice to it. I added a little bit of spice.
You gotta
to
add something. Yeah, you can't just go in there. That's like
I added like Louisiana hot sauce to the Wendy's chili and got second place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when you do a little plagiarism for your school paper you got to turn in. You got to
Yeah.
change a couple words here and there.
Yeah.
Sorry for changing it. I just
No, that's great. That's awesome.
That's funny, man.
So okay, back to the event. So you do have a run club though. That's monthly, right?
Weekly. We do a run
weekly.
club. Yeah, every Wednesday is a run club. They meet here at 7, and they do. You can do a 1 to 4 mile. Ooh, excuse me. 1 to 4 miles, up to you. You can walk, jog, or run.
Starts here, ends here.
Starts here, ends here. Yeah. And then right now we have our Bork Pills because our run club is called Big Owl Run Club. We do a pills for it, and it's buy one get one free if you do the run club that day.
Oh yeah, that's
Are you
On
out there
Wednesdays.
running sometimes?
Oh man, no.
That was good delivery.
Oh man, no.
Not at all. I need to be, but no. And then we do. I think
I don't want to join either.
Yeah,
though.
no. And we started doing steak night Wednesdays as well. So
Okay.
Okay.
you can run and then come back and grab yourself a steak.
Yeah.
Word. So you
Yeah.
are doing steak night.
Yeah, we're doing steak
Okay.
night. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Cool.
Very
I was gonna say because earlier you were asking about it. And
Oh yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I know
yeah.
somebody, but yeah.
Yeah. So I always look, always open for new options of.
Yeah. Well,
Chefs.
We'll talk later. Yeah.
There you go.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Y'all do a big Cinco de Mayo here?
No, we mostly do it in September.
Okay.
September 16th, because September 16th is Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo is for the revolution against the French, but we do our Mexican lager in May and in September. It's a seasonal Mexican lager that we do called Kentosti. I know it's not a real word, but it's Kentosty.
It's based off of the song from
MC Hammer. Can't touch
Can't
this.
Touch This. That's
Yeah.
y'all told me this a while back.
Yeah. So there's
That was you, right?
Yeah, huh?
Is that you?
No. So there's this reel. It's an old TV show.
Oh, no. Okay.
It was a talk show, and they were talking about some kids dancing, and the host is like, "Oh, they're gonna dance to a song called Can't Touch This."
Yeah.
But, and
No, I
you're
meant
talking
you
in
picked the
Spanish.
name, yeah.
They're talking in Spanish, so she says, we're gonna dance to a song called Kentosti. And then the song starts,
Oh.
doom, doo, doo, doom, doo, doom, doo, doom, can't touch
Kisses.
this. So, we used what she said, Kentosti, for can't touch this.
Okay.
That's
And
awesome.
it's our seasonal Mexican lager, and we bring it out every May and September.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we
Love
do
that.
it. We do it with H-Town Craft Sippers. They're the Latino craft beer group of H-Town.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what's up.
yeah. So we
That's
bring it
really
out
cool.
with them.
Hell yeah.
You actually told me, and it just hit in my the Moon Tower Beer Fest, that you have a regular podcast here.
Yeah. Man, I wish I knew remember the name. If I would have known you were going to ask me, I would have been prepared with the
Oh
name.
no.
Let me see. Actually, they were just here Monday. I'll
I'll
let
say
you
yeah.
know.
Go ahead and look it up.
Let me look it up. They were just here Monday.
But they're not craft beer.
No,
related.
so they interview bands and
That's right,
and
music.
different people and different things, but mostly bands. But they're all over the
They're
place.
here every week.
Yeah, they're here every Monday.
Every Monday.
Yeah, and if you want to
People come up here and watch them.
watch them, and
yeah.
sometimes if you feel froggy and want to get on the podcast, I'm sure they'll ask you to get on
I'll
there.
jump on a podcast.
Heck yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to see. I don't remember what it's called. Darn it.
I know you told me at Moon Tower right off the top of your head.
Yeah, I forgot what the name was.
I could cut all this out. And
Whenever no, it's okay, man. Don't worry. I'll remember the name shortly.
Well,
Maybe
so
not.
I have some more events I could ask about because I know
Yeah.
y'all are doing a Lego night, which
Yeah.
Lego night.
I'm super interested in that.
Yeah.
I
actually.
went to Casey's house. Casey's got some expensive Legos.
I got some night. Well, I got kids that
Well,
love Legos, and
yes.
I love Legos. So
He had like the entire Avengers.
we have the tower. We have the tower. It's on my kitchen table because we don't know what to do with it.
Man.
My wife's like, you need to
It's
buy a shelf
massive.
and build a shelf, and I'm like, I'll do it eventually.
But you said
It's-
you had some other cool stuff in the house.
We have the
too.
tree house too, which is pretty big. It's under It's on the bottom of the dining table.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
You like Legos, Louie?
I do like Legos. I have some Batman Legos I need to put together.
Yeah.
That a friend got me a few years ago for my birthday.
What's
Yeah.
cool about the Batman stuff is that they do all the different types of Batman. They do the old school,
Yeah.
like Tim. What's his name?
The Tim Burton Batman with Michael
No, I was
Keaton.
thinking of Adam West. Is the
Oh,
old school
Adam
Adam
West one, the TV
and then,
show.
Yeah, then the Tim Burton one, yes.
Yeah.
And then they do the newer, like the new, like with, the dude.
I recently just put together
The vampire guy.
X-Men
Yeah.
97 Jet.
Oh,
I
badass.
found it
Yeah.
on sale at Walmart for like 30% off.
So,
Nice.
so with y'all's event, you guys are going to have the sets here.
Yeah, so the sets are going to be here, available for purchase, I believe.
So they buy the Legos here? and
Yeah,
they put it
yeah.
here?
This is our second time doing it. It's going to be on the 23rd. I think we're doing it monthly now.
Okay.
It was curated by Oscar's wife, Michelle. She's the one who set it all up, and so I think with the Houston Toy Museum, Houston
That
Toy
makes
Museum.
sense. Okay.
Yeah, so they're the ones who partnered with Michelle and Big Al and Turkey Forest to do that event.
Do they hook you up with the sets, or do you guys have to literally go out? And
No,
buy the
no.
sets?
They have the sets. They have the
Okay.
sets. They bring them with them. They set them all up, and you can choose which set you want to purchase or whatever deal you
So when
get.
you purchase a set. What else happens? Sorry, I'm.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I wasn't here for the
You
last
drink
one.
beer and you build Legos at the bar.
Yeah.
That's what
So,
happens.
Do you like Legos and drinking beer or what?
Legos
Just show
and
up
build at the bar. Like
Stop
that's what's
asking.
happening, right?
So you can build it solo. You can build it with friends. You can, you know,
You can take it home and build
Yeah,
it. You can
yeah.
build it here.
you know,
Yeah.
there's-
Whatever you
yeah.
want to do.
Reading it.
I was just curious
Yeah.
because I was like, because Legos
And
are
there's
not
gonna be
cheap.
tacos there, too,
you know?
man. We're
So
gonna have
I
tacos
Hey,
wanted-
as well.
tacos, Legos, and beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. you
That's
don't
like
need
three
to,
of the best things on the
Oh,
planet.
and
What
they're
else do you
tacos
need?
from La Diva Tacos, man. If you haven't
I
had,
have had it. Yeah,
if you
it's really
haven't
good.
had La Diva Tacos, man, you're missing out. You
Where
can
is
find them
this?
here. You can find them here at Big Al. I know he frequents Misfits Brewing often.
Okay.
He does. He goes.
So he's
to
a pop-up.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
pop-up. Man,
I get some good food here at Big
Yeah.
Al. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been here when y'all had Yellow Door, and
Oh,
fuck,
man,
I love
Yellow
Bobby,
Door.
man.
Speaking of Yellow Door, he's about to do another thing too. He's
He's doing a
in-
big pizza competition.
Yeah, in
like a
Las
big one.
Vegas,
like Vegas,
man.
yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bobby's killing it, man. He's got some of the best pizza in town.
man.
It's
No lie.
legit.
My favorite one from him is what was it called? The Captain. And I know it had anchovies on it, man, and like
Okay.
dates and like goat cheese and
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god, it
And
was
his
savory.
goat cheese is good too.
It was so delicious, man. I love savory food.
Yeah,
so
no, his
I'm a
food
big
is
foodie.
legit, man. And he's like, I got into pizza like almost 2 years ago, and I've been able to ask questions from him, and he's been able to help me out a lot. He's a wealth of knowledge on pizza.
Yeah, man.
He's a chef. I mean, he knows his shit.
He's been here a few times doing pop-ups, man. He's great pizza. Some
And
of
he's
the
a
best in
cool
Houston.
dude.
Yeah, really cool dude. And he brews beer,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is awesome. And he
Yeah.
brews some damn good beer, man.
Right on. Word. Yeah,
like,
I believe it.
I'm like, whoa, you brewed this guy?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, home brewed it. I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Tastes professionally brewed.
Yeah,
So
that's what's up. Yeah, he started coming out to DECA here a little bit because I told him, I was like, I know it's hard to get him because he's working for Gristmill. and
Yeah.
he's doing his other thing down. He's I think he lives down here. So, but he's done pretty well up there. So he's been wanting to come back.
Yep. Yeah.
We don't have pizza like that up there.
No.
not in that area of town. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other events? You have
You got anything else going on?
Tejano nights are a thing. Y'all
Yeah,
do
Tejano nights are coming back. We stopped doing them for a minute, but we have one coming up in April. It's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be like a Selena
What's
tribute.
Tejano?
Word.
Tejano is a style of music.
Okay.
It's Spanish music, but it's a style of music. It's I'm not sure where. Greg, where did Tejano originate from? I know, but San Antonio or where? Yeah, I believe it was. I know it's from Texas, but I believe it originated like in San Antonio
Okay.
or Corpus Christi.
So
maybe.
what does that event entail? Like,
We're
it's
gonna have a
weekly, you said?
DJ. We're monthly. So,
Monthly.
yeah, it's usually on a Friday, but this time we're doing it on a Saturday. DJ, we're just playing a whole bunch of like Tejano music. We're gonna have food. It's free to come in and dance and
And great
enjoy
beer on
yourself.
tap.
Yeah, and we're gonna have great beers on tap.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's what's up. I think that was it for events, man. Unless you have some other events going on.
Yeah, you got anything you want to shout out?
No, I think that's about it, really, right now. I can think off the top of my head coming up.
All right, so I have a couple questions going back to beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you do, so y'all are a one barrel system.
One barrel system.
Okay. And then is stouts your favorite style to brew?
No. Our favorite style to brew actually are lagers.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually surprising because we got all into the dark stuff. We got all the IPAs.
Yeah, because the
Why
lagers, because you can't hide anything on a lager.
Right. Okay.
And like I said, when we were homebrewing, we mostly did stout. So every other style that we're brewing now is everything that I'm brewing here at Turkey Forrest Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're enjoying our lagers, our IPAs, our sours, or whatever we brew, it's an accomplishment to me and everything because it's freshly done here versus like years and years of perfecting it at home.
Right.
I'm perfecting it here.
Right. Yeah.
So if it's good, awesome. It's gonna get better.
Do you guys have any plans to upgrade to a bigger system?
So
yeah.
that's the plan. It's always the plan is to upgrade.
Would that be a bigger facility as well?
The hopes is really to grow out of Big Owl and open up a standalone Turkey Forrest Brewing, and then maybe bringing in another aspiring home brewer to fulfill what we did here and get them on their feet
That's
to
awesome.
opening our brewery. That's the plan. Don't know if it's going to happen or when, but that's the plan. And
Would you just be full-time Turkey Forest in that situation?
Yeah. If anything, it would be full-time Turkey Forest if we were to move out of here. But I would always lend myself to Big Owl anytime they needed me.
Yeah.
Because we're all
Family. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome. You need the Walker place to like lend you some space, right?
For real. No, that pawn shop. I need to get rid of that pawn shop somehow.
Well, so okay. I'm about to ask a question about the Walker place. We can always cut this out later too. 'Cause I don't know what I'm not supposed to ask.
No, we love Walker, man. We're good friends with them.
I might be blasting their low key spot, but I've heard that they have a speakeasy.
Yeah. They have a speakeasy inside there called Meow Bar.
Next door, right to this place?
Just the next one down. We're pawn shop here, and the next one down the Walker.
We're checking that out before we leave.
Yeah.
I've never been in, but I have heard you got to go knock. Like a legit speakeasy.
Is there
it's
a special
red door.
knock? Is it like two or three knocks?
There's a picture frame of a cat that you lift up.
Should you be saying this on the podcast?
Push the button.
That's what I was. I didn't. want to be like,
That's
hey,
fine.
Bro, we don't.
Okay.
That's
we
fine.
don't promote that.
And you push the button and the door opens.
I mean, think about it like this: you come check this place out if you've never been here, and then you have something else kind of really cool and under the radar that you can check out.
I had no
That's
idea.
like completely. And they serve food there.
Yes, and
That's-
it's served food completely different than what Walker sells.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, and it's more upscale, more Vietnamese like stylish food. Like they have like a pho carpaccio, which is great, delicious.
Dude. Yeah.
And they have a green mango salad. Love that one.
Full bar. I'm assuming.
Yeah, full bar,
yeah.
great drinks. It's real cozy, comfy.
That's really cool, and it's just
Yeah.
like you got to know about it. If you know, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I know now, so we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And another thing I love about Walker, man, is like when we have our food pop-ups here, like our food trucks or whatever, any pop-up, they're always coming to buy and support.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
They're
good.
not salty
they,
about
yeah,
it.
Good neighbors.
They don't say, hey,
Except
why
the
you bringing
pawn shop.
food? Nah, maybe. Yeah, but it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see them come and support our pop-ups, whoever comes up, because they're cooking food themselves.
Right. Yeah.
And it's their own restaurant. It's a community.
It is. Yeah.
Love
yeah.
that they support.
That is very cool. That's cool. You have good neighbors. Not everybody gets that.
No, yeah.
I don't get good neighbors sometimes.
True. Yeah, we've been pretty good with our neighbors so far.
That's awesome.
No issues.
Yeah. That's what's up. You can always, if you want to pawn some shit, you can always have a beer beforehand.
Yeah.
I've gone in that pawn shop
Or
a
go
couple
pawn
times.
something
Yeah,
and come
I
get a
was
beer
gonna
after.
say, I'm not surprised you've been in there
Yeah.
because of what you do. But yeah, I've yet to go in there to check it out.
Yeah, there's some nice stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice
You
stuff.
got any
Usually-
more questions for Louie?
No, I mean, I think that covers really everything. I feel like we talked about, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Louie, this has been so much fun, man.
It's been a good
Thank
yeah,
you.
been a-
This
Yeah,
has
I
been-
had a good time.
You had a good time?
I sure did.
Yeah.
This has been great, man.
Yeah.
We're definitely. I don't know when we're gonna start coming back and doing some of the ones we're trying to hit a bunch of places first But we're definitely going to have to come back
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
point
Follow
and do
up.
this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely
yeah.
would be down.
For sure.
Because this has been fun.
We're still trying to figure out what our audience is after, you know, because
Yeah.
like I said before, like I want things to be for the layman, you know, but that's why we ask questions sometimes we know the answers to, so that people understand, so the other people that are just getting into this stuff can understand where we're coming from. But also, you know, that might be, we never know, that might change, shift over time. We'll see.
We're still figuring out what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been so much fun so far. 4 podcasts in. We're doing the next one we said was Sylvia at Saloon
Oh,
Door
yeah.
West.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great person too, man.
Yeah.
She's really involved in the scene.
We're talking about Marin earlier. This is another female in the craft beer world
Yeah.
that's like got a big persona for sure.
Yeah. You should also talk to Pink Boots Society.
We definitely
Yes.
want to talk to Pink
You know,
Boots.
We wanna
for
get
sure.
them
they're a
involved for
great
sure.
organization to talk to. Maybe get on this podcast. I
Yeah,
think.
that would be great.
I'm still figuring out how we do Pink Boots. Either we get the leader of the Pink Boots, or we get multiple people from
Yeah,
Pink
yeah.
Boots
That's
on
a
the
good
podcast.
question. My wife's part of Pink Boots. So I can
I
ask
think
her to
that's
ask.
the way to
Yeah.
do it. Talk to a bunch of people from Pink Boots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gail Courtney is she works for DECA
And she's part of Pink Boots,
as
yeah.
well, and so that's somebody we can get.
I think
involved.
Jen's affiliated with Pink Boots too, as well, from
Awesome.
Megaton Brewing.
Yeah,
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 that's right.
She's in the pic. Yeah, she has to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Man.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Awesome. Well, this has been
Appreciate
great, man. I'm gonna take this beer right here. 'cause-
Yeah, take that beer so we can
so
cheers
I
one more time.
Well, I want to cheers you real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's been so much fun. We're gonna, like I said,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it again, and this will be out the next Friday. What's the day?
Today's for
The 21st.
The 21st. So it'll be
yeah.
out the 28th then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Later, guys. Y'all have a great one.
Oh wait.
What?
Did it again.